All right, so you want to hear a super cute story? I don't know if you've heard this. Yeah.
Okay,
I know
this
has nothing to do with it.
weird coming from you.
Okay. So when I was growing up, I had a couple Care Bears, right? One still exists. Like my dad gave it to my daughter when we visited him several years ago.
Nice.
It's like Lucky Bear, right? He's got like a 4-leaf clover on his belly.
Mm-hmm.
So my daughter, she doesn't know what a 4-leaf clover is. So she calls this little Care Bear cilantro.
Yes, that's so much better.
Yeah.
Not Cilantro Bear. His name is
Cilantro. Yes.
That's
yeah. Oh, I love it. Yeah. I'm like, yep.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to the room upstairs. My name is Bird. I'm here as always
with the co-host TallBeing and that guy.
Sometimes.
That guy.
Most of the time. That guy.
Yeah, that
guy. Welcome, guys. This is the room upstairs. This is the podcast where we battle out movies, remake and the original.
Except for when we don't.
Which is today. We're doing a Mighty Morphin Power Ranchers because we have got some rants. I'll just give a quick spoiler. It's going to be about Madam Web, which you probably know because it's in the title. Yeah. But Madam Web, and we've got some other stuff to talk about, but we do have a battle going on as well.
It'd be really hilarious.
What?
If you don't put Madam Web in the title.
It would be very funny. Yeah. I considered it now. But now I feel like I also legally have to.
I should call it Charlotte's Web.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it has to have, what? I was going to say 2 B's with this.
3?
Yeah. Webb has 2 B's, right? Isn't that how she spelled her name?
Her last name, the superhero title is 1B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's just one thing of all the things that we're going to talk about with this movie.
That's a YouTube-only joke.
Was her name Charlotte in the movie, too?
It was close. It was Clarissa.
Cassandra?
Yeah, Cassandra.
I'm pretty sure it's Charlotte in the comics.
Anyway, so we'll be getting into that. And we've got some announcements to make. But before we do all that, of course, follow us on our socials. We're on Instagram and on Facebook, The Room Upstairs Podcast. If you're watching us, thank you. Like, subscribe. But like we always say, comment, give us your thoughts. We're not just here to talk about movies. We want to talk with you about movies and TV shows. So let us know your thoughts. And if you're not watching us on YouTube, we're on YouTube. Go check us out.
Yeah. We have YouTube-only jokes.
Yeah, visuals. All right.
Our faces are prettier than our voices.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you have the confidence.
It's the moneymaker, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why it's when you started being on the podcast, we're like, you know what? We should do YouTube also.
It's true.
Yeah. So
it's not just because I got a camera.
No.
Definitely
that was secondary. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and start with announcement of Conan. Which I haven't found anything out yet.
No news.
No news on Conan. But I did find out that they're releasing a Conan Arnold Schwarzenegger statue, which is pretty cool looking.
Like a little figurine statue?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. So I think it was, it should be out now. I think it was the end of February when it was coming out.
Today is the end of February.
That's right. So it should already be out. So if you're a big Conan fan like we are, go check that out. All right, now we can start the battle.
Yes. So we have our composer battle, which has been going on for a while now.
Yeah, we're in the final round of the preliminaries.
Yes. Finally.
Yeah.
So today we will be battling the composers John Powell and Natalie Holt.
Right.
Against each other.
Yeah. Yeah. I will
visual only gags.
I will give a little comparison. So Natalie Holt, she's obviously best known right now for Loki. She composed that whole series. She also did the Obi-Wan Kenobi series
with William Ross.
And I think even John Williams is credited on that because he did the main theme.
Yeah, he did the main theme.
She also did the Batgirl movie that was scrapped. So that's something that we're not going to get to hear, but she did do that movie.
I would say, so far, everything said just kind of hurts.
I'm not going to name the rest of the stuff, because those three are the most well-known stuff that she has.
You know,
She's
one of the things that she didn't even release.
right. Exactly. I'm not sure why she was on the list.
Because of the strength of Loki alone.
Yeah, that's honestly, this is why it was so hard for me, because I was like, I really like the Loki stuff.
Yeah.
But John Powell.
Yeah, when you go look at John Powell, you're like,
Okay, yeah, I'll get to him in a second as soon as I finish with Natalie here. She's probably one of the youngest composers too that we've had. She's 41, so she's got a lot of game
Super
left. Yes, super young, very young, and she's only got 48 credits to her name right now. And John Powell, he's got 89 credits, so he still doesn't have a whole lot compared to some of the other composers we've had, but almost doubled of what Natalie has. And John Powell's at the end-ish. He's 60 years old.
You say at the end. How old is John Williams?
Yeah,
He's
John
like
Williams.
90 something.
I said ish. That's why I changed to ish.
Yeah, because we don't know. It could be 2 years. It could be 20 years.
It could be. I don't want to put that. Sorry, John. I'm sorry. I don't want to put that on you.
He's definitely gonna watch.
Yeah. But yeah, he's done I Am Sam, the whole Bourne series. He did the Solo Star Wars, Kung Fu Panda, Rio. He did Hancock with Will Smith. He did that new Migration movie that's getting rave reviews. And of course, How to Train Your Dragon, Don't Worry, Darling. What I found interesting was that his first big movie,
Face Off.
Face Off.
With Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, that was his first movie that he did.
That's awesome.
And it is still in today's culture.
Yeah, when I saw that one, I was like, voted. Done. We're done here. I mean, I'm just going to be upfront. I vote.
I think this is a sweep. I don't know what you're voting for. Obviously, I know what you're voting for, and I'm with you.
Yeah. Face Off.
Do you want me? Do you want to give any more explanation?
Just Face Off. Man.
Face Off.
Face Off.
I'm Face Off, and just the long list of credits that aren't just Loki. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and Loki was strong.
Loki's very strong.
Loki's strong. But yes, even if she moved on, I don't think she's going to have a chance.
She wouldn't stand a chance. Yeah.
So,
this would be one of those situations where, like, if we did wild card Joe back in, right? Hopefully he would go against her. Yeah, and he would
win easily.
He would move on. Yeah.
Yeah. So the comparison, I mean, John's just has way more on his list. Not just like, oh, I've done a bunch of stuff, but it's a bunch of good stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have to vote for John. And like I said, Natalie's got a long time to build up her resume. Yeah. I look forward to.
Maybe we'll come back to this.
She's still 20 years away from the end.
That's right. Yeah, she's got a long way to go. So
a lot could happen.
That's right. If she's getting the 2 or 3 movies a year that most composers do, I mean, she's gonna build up that resume real quick. So, but what's your vote? Are we gonna sweep it, or it's gonna be a 2-1?
We're gonna sweep it. Which I love Loki.
Yeah,
that has, I genuinely think, the best score of
I don't
any
think
Marvel
anybody questions
thing.
that. This is your list, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the Kenobi series music is kind of weak, except for the main theme, which is my alarm.
Well, the hard part for me was like, because she, when you add other people, right?
Yeah.
For me, I'm like, so where is the line?
Yeah.
Right.
And we can't know. I mean, I don't think we can know, like, unless you're just so in tune.
Yeah,
like,
you're like, oh, this is definitely
this is her contribution.
This is William Ross.
Yeah, it was the same thing with James Newton Howard, Hans Zimmer, and some other composers we've had. Was that it?
Yeah, that's it. Loki is the best Marvel score.
Yeah.
Period.
I mean, she nailed that for sure.
I could just talk about that for a while, but I'm not going to because John Powell. And specifically the Bourne music. I don't know what it is about the Bourne main theme, but I just really like it. It's got like this kind of eeriness to it that I love. It's
perfect for that series. I mean, it's got like this, like you said, that eeriness has got like an intensity.
Yeah.
It's like we've talked about this before. Like a good movie can be enhanced by the music, and like that is a thriller.
That is definitely.
The series is like a series of thrillers, and the music is thrilling.
Right. Yeah, I mean, he nailed that too. How to Train Your Dragon, though, is probably one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good
I
one.
mean, that's good music in that movie.
Yeah.
And he's doing the live action,
Mhm.
which was
That's
a
gonna
good
be,
move.
That's gonna be. I'm really interested in this live action.
I'm
But
guessing
as
it's
far
going to
as
be a
I
lot
know, this is the only non-Disney time that this has happened. Like Disney, they remake all their stuff, right?
Oh, you're talking about doing a live action?
Yeah. Of, like, one of
Interesting.
the
I didn't even
animated-
think about that.
There's probably examples of other studios doing it, but none that I can think of at the moment.
Not a big.
Yeah,
Production
nothing
like
like
this.
this. And the fact that there are so many of the original actors and the composer and like
Right.
creators who love the original movie
Yeah.
working on this, I'm intrigued.
Yeah. I hope that this turns out to be a good one.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, John Powell is going to go ahead and move on. That's the end of the preliminaries.
Yeah.
We're going to go into the.
He really powed
Oh.
Natalie Holt. I know it's Powell, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's close enough.
Natalie halted progress.
Okay. So.
oh man, that was such a. If you could have just kept going, it would have been chef's kiss.
I couldn't hold it.
I broke them.
It was the look of sadness. Like he just moved on, and you were just like face drop.
No, that was great.
Yeah, you are ready to be a dad,
Yes.
but no, you're not. You're not. You're not. No, I didn't say that.
That was a wild thing to say. So get out there. I'm texting your mom.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so end of the preliminaries.
Yes.
We're starting next round.
Yes.
Now we're starting the liminaries.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm not sure what it's called, so
I don't know.
it could be liminaries.
Yeah.
It's not the semifinals.
No, we've got
It's just
Can we-
time.
can we-
semi-liminaries,
No. Can we call it the what's the
pre-finals,
no
pre-semis.
the pre-semis? That doesn't even make sense. Pre-semis. What's a semi?
Semi-finals is a thing.
No, I was gonna say, can we call it regionals?
Oh, that might have been the first one that we could have gone with.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
the next round,
Yeah.
the ones that get
Regionals.
closer in the bracket.
Yeah. The next 16.
Yeah. So who is it?
So
Because this is
Yeah.
going to get harder and harder. Please, you guys, help us vote on these.
Yeah. So I believe he was not here for either of these. So this will be the
Oh.
first time he's actually gotten to fight with us. He,
Okay.
as in Mephisjoe,
Mhm.
for those of us who can't see me pointing.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
We've got Danny Elfman, good
Oh,
old Danny,
yeah.
back at it again.
Elf on the Shelf.
Yeah. Versus Henry Jackman.
Ah.
He's jacked, man.
We're on fire with the
Yeah, I
puns
know.
today.
Very fun heavy.
This is what you brought me in for.
That's true. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Danny Elfman versus Henry Jackman.
Yeah, very different style.
Very different. Yeah.
Like I would say these are opposite ends of the.
I don't know if I would say opposite, but they're definitely
opposing.
they're not close.
No,
All right. That's going to be an interesting one.
Mhm.
I'm very excited about this.
Okay. I'm going to have to do some more homework on that because it's going to be hard to compare that.
Yeah,
Oof. Okay. You guys can start putting in your votes for that one.
yeah.
I'm just gonna flip a coin.
You can, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, they might just sway us because that's,
That's what we need.
yeah. I'm not sure how this is going to go. All right. There you go. Henry Jackman versus Danny Elfman.
Yeah. So moving on.
Yeah.
We've got a few small things that I've picked up.
Okay.
Nice.
Percy Jackson,
20
that TV show, has officially been renewed
Nice.
for a second season.
It's definitely a hit at our house.
Haven't seen it.
It's good.
But you read the book?
I read the books.
Okay.
My
I
sister's
watched
reading
the
the books
original
right
movies.
now. I'm sorry for your loss.
Well, yeah. At the time, I was like, these are fine.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
They
they're
did. I
saying
didn't like
that-
the way they diverted,
Yeah.
but also like adaptation. Like you can divert and it be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've seen that.
Yeah, I've seen it plenty of times where like you adapt something and you make changes that make sense.
Yeah.
Speaking
Like,
of
I've-
Madam Web. Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
We must restrain ourselves, hold ourselves back.
Yeah.
This strainer has holes in it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
All right. So Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
New season coming up.
Yep.
Okay.
We know no release date or anything. They're just working on it.
Listen,
Yeah.
You just said Percy Jackson, and so I'm going to tell you something that's completely unrelated and stupid.
Okay.
This is why we do a podcast.
This is
why this
So,
is called Mighty.
I was reading recently, and it had to do with Greek mythology, and just to show you like the arrogance of the Greeks, right? Not only are in Greek mythology do they literally be like, then we went down into Egypt and pretended to be gods there, right? So then they're like claiming that all the stuff that the Egyptians, that was us in disguise. But also, the story of Perseus, he Greek hero and slays Medusa. The Greek legend, or somewhere it is recorded that he then went into the region of Europe and was responsible, like established a kingdom, and like his, I can't remember if it was his son or his grandson, established like the Persian Empire. Right?
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's Perseus. And I'm just like, man, the Greeks, man, they just
they said whatever.
It's like the dad from My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
That's a good movie.
Yeah. He's like, it all comes from a Greek word.
Yeah, he does do that a lot.
Yeah. Well, it actually was still relevant, so hand clap for that.
Job.
Yeah, it was still Percy Jackson related.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
What other announcements we got?
Well, we'll go ahead and stay with the kind of book adaptation talk.
Okay.
I am currently at the end of, by the time this comes out, I'm maybe done with it. I have 50 pages left. The 3-Body Problem.
Oh,
This is possibly one of my top 5 books of all time. It is very good and has a Netflix adaptation coming out this March. We don't have Netflix at the moment, so I'm not going to be able to watch it. But I need you guys to tell us if it's good.
Yeah.
Because I'm very intrigued.
Well, hopefully we'll have it by then.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, part of March. It'd be great if he's like tomorrow.
I don't remember.
They just said March.
Yeah,
wow.
March-ish.
Okay.
End of the month, I think. We'll see.
All right. Yeah, maybe we'll have it by then still.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Doesn't take much.
Yeah. But good book. Would recommend if you like science fiction. It's the closest I've gotten to Dune that isn't Dune. So
Based on Netflix's record, what do you think?
probably won't be good.
No?
The trailer looked good.
Because
It looked
One
like the
Piece
book.
is like, people like One Piece.
Yeah.
They either really like it or they really don't like it.
Yeah. People who
Avatar-
like the show, the original show, like the live action, which
Right.
makes me think, okay, it's probably
The
good.
creator of the show likes the
Okay,
Netflix
then
show.
I'm in. Yeah.
Okay. And Avatar just came out.
People do not
Also
like Avatar.
mixed reviews.
Yeah.
No, I think it's more like
Yeah.
not.
It is mixed, yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's those. But then you've got the Daredevils, the Punisher,
True.
Jessica Jones.
One of the most interesting things is the creators of this show are
and Rebel
the
Moon.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
The creators of this show did all of Game of Thrones,
Uh-huh.
which slowly apparently went off the rails.
Right.
So,
But I
I'm
think it came
interested
back,
in
didn't
that.
it? Like it came
it?
finished strong?
No.
I thought it finished.
No, they
horribly,
ran out of
didn't they?
source material,
Oh, so they started
And-
making up their own thing and it just didn't work.
It seemed like
Luckily, this trilogy is done.
Mhm.
So
it
Whatever's-
seemed like they
whatever
didn't
they're
really didn't want to do it anymore.
Mhm.
yeah,
But without the source material to draw from,
it's just
it went off the rails in a hard way. Like they undermined a lot of the character development they did in the course of the series. And if you can't finish strong, I mean, like, let's be real, like does anybody even talk about that show anymore? Like it was so prevalent and so in the zeitgeist, and
And then it
now
just
it's kind of a
fell
joke.
off.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just a joke.
Yeah.
Even there's a prequel out now that I don't know if it's good or not. Like,
Well, I think they greenlit a second season for that prequel.
and I think they're picking up another spinoff or something.
I was thinking of Lord of the Rings, the
Hmm.
Power of the
Oh, yeah.
Power of the Rings or whatever. It's
Oh yeah,
called.
that one's gonna get a sequels no matter what because
it's Amazon.
Amazon pay a lot of money and they're gonna milk that bad boy.
Yeah. So
We'll
Netflix
see.
is kind of hit and miss.
Yeah, I'm interested. The trailer looked good. But I
Oh, there's
also-
a trailer already.
Stop
There's-
looking
okay.
at the book, man.
Yeah, it's enticing me.
Yeah.
I need to go finish it. I'm so interested.
How far from the end are you?
50 pages.
How mad would you be if it just fell apart?
I would be. That's the thing. I'm kind of scared right now.
Oh, really?
Just the way it's going. Like, I don't know what's about to happen.
It's like every time I read a Sanderson book, I'll be like, oh man,
how's he finishing
something's
this?
got to happen. Yeah, there's not very many pages left.
Yeah.
And then Sanderlanche.
Yeah.
And you're like, this was crazy.
I get it now.
Yeah.
Well, fingers crossed for that too then.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right.
Well, more things that I personally am excited about.
Okay.
There was
This is just a TallBeing show then.
yeah,
huh?
I'm very excited about this episode. So, Pokemon Direct, did you see that?
I did watch it.
You got the new
I'm looking
Legends
forward
game?
to the new Legends game.
I'm very happy that it's not coming out this year.
Just sit back on this.
Oh yeah, it gives them more time to develop and stuff.
So see, the way I see it, there's either one of two things that happened. Either one, they saw, okay, we had to actually refund Scarlet and Violet to a bunch of people because they were so mad about it and how it was performing. And so they're actually going to take the time and work the bugs out of this game by giving it another year.
That's probably does have a lot to do.
Yeah.
But also they were probably like, so Pal World. Ever heard about Pal World?
No.
It's basically like, so these studio, like some upstart studio made this game. It was the highest selling game on Steam.
Yeah.
It's basically Pokemon with guns. And you can like
I'm not
enslave
being
the
on that.
Well, so in this like super high def, like got great graphics.
Yeah. It looks
and
fun.
And clearly people want like to
A
they
violent
want
Pokemon?
well they want to just be better. Like you've been doing this game for 20 years now.
Uh-huh.
And I know that we just now made the jump from handheld to a device, and I know there are limitations on a Switch, but like you can still do better.
Yeah. Look at like the jump to from Skyward Sword to like Breath of the Wild.
Absolutely.
It's obvious the Switch can make bigger.
Yeah. I think the problem we're going to run into, like, Power World does look really interesting, but then some folk had taken some of like the 3D models and like put them side by side and even like overlaid, and it looks troubling.
Yeah.
I can't obviously like
accuse them
weigh in or anything. But I would not be surprised if we see a lawsuit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That close, huh?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. But anyway, so was Power World part of your...
No, I forgot about Power World, but yeah, Power World was probably also one of the reasons. No, the other option is they didn't have a game. They were working on the DLC, and that's why there was no gameplay in this trailer, is they're just announcing it.
Yeah.
It might still get rushed and is only just starting production.
Well,
I don't know what the option is.
Sometimes I
Gonna have
feel
to wait.
like, because like people make their predictions, right? Like XY came out and people were like, oh, the next one's going to be Z. And then they were like, no,
we're just not going to do one.
Like, and so I feel like at some point, like, are they just watching what people are saying and be like, no, we want to screw the people that are funding our company and love us and do something that is shocking and surprising instead.
Yeah.
And I am excited that it's a Legend. I really loved Legends Arceus.
Yeah.
It was such a fun game. They came up with some fun new mechanics and stuff. It was different enough that was like really enjoyable to play.
This one, I think from what I saw, is only going to take place in that city.
In Lumio City. Yeah.
Which is really cool to me.
Well, I understood like maybe 23% of that conversation.
Yeah, play more games, Bird.
So, is that it on that?
If you played more than just like Doom.
Doom.
Duke Nukem.
Yeah. Pitfall. I used to love Pitfall though.
Yeah, it was a great game.
Yeah, was there anything else on that?
Pokemon? No. Just there was that game.
So what's the actual name of it?
Legends AZ?
ZA.
ZA. I don't know why.
So there's lots of theories because,
it's definitely Zygarde centric.
Well, in X and Y, one of the main characters, like the story revolves around like this ancient war that happened, and the king that was involved in it, his name is AZ, right? And there is a Pokemon named Zygarde. That's why they thought the next game that came out would be Pokemon Z.
Yeah,
and then Zygarde got like a movie, like. Right. So even now, I don't know jack about Zygarde. I was like, I caught a big lizard in a cave one time, right?
Yeah.
But people think that like maybe when you go back, it'll have to do with AZ and the war. Maybe, I don't know. From what I heard, Mega Evolutions are coming back too.
Please. is. I love Mega.
I do love Mega Evolution. I really enjoy. I really enjoy the.
They were the gimmick that were
terrestrialization.
out when I started playing, so they have like a special place.
That was the gimmick, man.
Yeah.
Like that's when they changed up the gimmick because like before it was like now your Pokemon can walk with you.
Yeah.
Right.
And
like,
now it's like actual battle gimmicks.
Yeah. Now it's battle gimmicks to try to change like the meta and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and move on unless you got something else.
Yeah. Not on Pokemon.
Okay.
On video games. There wasn't another Nintendo Direct. They announced a bunch of stuff. I don't remember most of it except for one thing. And this is the hypest I've been for a game since Zelda last year.
What is it for? Switch?
It's for Switch.
Okay.
It's Nintendo Direct, man.
It's for the Switch.
Okay.
It's coming out this year. I think it's supposed to be April-ish.
Uh-huh.
April to June is the window. The Epic Mickey remake.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I forgot he loved that game.
Yeah.
The game that taught me how to read.
I'm pretty sure that was Leapfrog, bro.
Yeah, I would say...
It taught me how to say colors.
No, the one where you press the letter and it says it, and then you can put the letters together and it'll say...
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you loved like putting FART. Like...
The game that taught me story
He just
structure.
moved on. Yeah. That's not my sense of humor.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Epic Mickey...
One of my favorite video game of all time is Epic Mickey.
Uh-huh.
Solely because of nostalgia. I don't care if it is objectively not a good game. I think a lot of things work about it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very interested in this remake because of that.
Yeah.
I think story-wise it is better than we give it credit for. It brought Oswald back.
I've heard, though, that it's going to come, there's going to be like a deluxe version that comes with a Mickey costume that you have to wear. It's the controller.
Oh, yeah. It's it's got like the virtual reality headset.
Yeah, and I have one of those platforms where like you can be running.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll do all that. But I thought it was a good game. Like the idea of it, I thought was really good.
Yeah,
the music in it was really good.
Is so good. I love the music.
Why isn't the composer for that on this?
Because he's done that and
this new one,
Pushing Daisies.
Dude, I'm just saying you put the guy in who did the
Toby Fox
Hollow Knight. Yeah.
Okay, well, Toby Fox is like internet beloved. Nobody knows who Jim Dooley is except me.
All right, we're gonna have to do a Jim Dooley and Toby Fox battle.
Isn't that a song? Like Jim Dooley to the rescue.
I think it's
that's Jim Dandy.
Yeah. That's close. Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to seeing this game.
Yeah,
because I think it's gonna look cool now that graphics have upgraded so much.
It looks how I imagined it looked when I was.
Wait, there's already a trailer?
Yeah, there's a trailer.
Oh,
the trailer is just the opening cutscene.
Oh,
but it does look better than the original one.
Yeah. Nintendo loves the remaster.
Yeah. Ellie tried to play it, and
she was scared.
She got scared. Yeah, it's kind of a frightening game.
Yeah. Have you seen the concept art?
No.
All right, we'll talk about concept art later off podcast.
Okay,
but
that'll be the
go look
the
up
TallBeing episode.
Yeah, go look up the Epic Mickey concept art
of TallBeing.
No, but yeah,
not with kids.
Epic Mickey is a good idea. I do like that they have Oswald in there. They have a lot of old characters.
Yeah,
I like the cover art of the game where he's like melting away. I mean, I did the shirt.
Yeah, we used to have the Epic Mickey shirts.
Yeah. So, no, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah, very excited.
I can get in on that one. This Pokemon stuff, I don't know.
Yeah,
but
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah,
it's because you never caught a shiny bird.
I didn't catch a shiny bird.
Second gen. I was wandering through this like abandoned warehouse, and this magneton appeared, and this like little glint ran across, and I was like, "What is that?"
Yeah,
I caught it, and then it was like 15 years later. I was like, "It was a shiny."
Didn't even know what it was.
Didn't even have a clue.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. We just can't get off of Pokemon subjects.
No. Anyway, we watched The Outsiders.
The Outsiders.
I read that book too.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, like, I cried, so I don't know what. Yeah, the book. I don't know what else you want me to say.
Why did you start reading the book?
Mixture of reasons. One, I had just gotten through the third book in the Stormlight Archive, which is very heavy fantasy. and I had been on a fantasy science fiction streak for a few books and needed something that was not that.
A little lighter.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, not even a full 200 pages. Takes place in the state we live, city like an hour away. I'm in.
Yeah.
Written by a 16-year-old girl. I was like, I'm in.
She's 16 when she read it?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was like,
you're behind, man.
Inspiration.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great book, great story. And I've had the...
I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
So I finished it. I was like, everyone knew this except for me? Everyone knows what happens except for me?
I've had this movie and have been wanting to show you guys for, I mean, forever.
It was this or Rumblefish, right?
It was... or Clerks. But we got to Outsiders finally. So when you read it and then you came to me and was like, finish the book. It's time to watch the movie. I was like,
it's time. The day has come.
Yes. The prayers answered. Let's do this. Yeah. So I was super excited to...
The girls didn't even finish the movie. Like, they didn't watch the entire thing and they cried.
So when you were watching it, were you like, oh my gosh, is that Tom Cruise? Is that
I was like, what is this cast?
Swayze? Yeah. Rob Lowe was in there.
C. Thomas Howell.
Yeah. Yep.
Their voices are so light. He sounds exactly the same.
Karate Kid?
Yeah. Leif Garrett.
Yeah. Leif Garrett. Now you're getting But he's
still relevant.
Yeah. Didn't he die?
Leif Garrett?
Yeah.
Like the musician? Like the actual person?
The actor.
Oh man, I'm not making fun of a dead person.
I'm pretty sure he died.
Not again.
You guys joke.
Yeah. We can't repeat the Mario episode incident.
Right. What was it? Okay, yeah. So
watch The Outsiders.
So we watched The Outsiders. I was super excited to finally get to watch that movie.
He's still alive.
Yeah.
Who's the other guy?
He's 62 years old.
The other guy then.
He's at the end.
Died.
No.
He's at the end.
Yeah,
no.
Swayze died.
He's
really, I'm telling you.
I know Swayze. I know that. He was in Ghost. I know. I'm talking about the other Soch.
Oh, I don't know.
Because it was Leif Garrett and then the other guy. I can't remember his name. One of those guys died real young. Anyway, so yeah. Partly I was excited because it does take place here where we live.
Yeah.
So like I wanted to watch it and then like go sightseeing
to all
after,
places,
which we still are going to do. We haven't done it yet.
No.
The Outsiders House is actually a museum now. So you can visit there. I think it's Monday through Friday only.
C. Thomas Howell was there when it.
C. Thomas Howell goes there quite a bit.
Yeah, he just drives through apparently all the time.
C. Thomas Howell is in a band now. He's the lead singer. So he's done shows out here and stuff, and yeah. But yeah, so the Outsiders House is here. It's a museum. They sell the movie there. They sell the book there. They've got all these old pictures there. It's really cool.
Darren Dalton.
Darren Dalton. Yeah. So yeah, I want to go there and check that out. It was actually bought by the dude from House of Pain. I don't remember his name right now, but anyway, it's a real weird thing. Weird because
it's a weird decision.
House
of Pain, bro.
Yeah. Well, it's weird because he lived in LA for a long time, or he might be from LA. Came to Tulsa, was interested in that book, found out that the house is here. Eventually, it was for sale, so he decided to buy it because he was like, I like the book, and now he opened it up as a museum. Mm-hmm. For me, it's interesting because one, he's from LA, and now he's kind of has ties here, like me. The Outsiders I read when I was in LA. Mm-hmm. Had no idea it took place out here, but like it really took a hold on me. Yeah. And now I live here. So like all these little connections. And it's not even just with a bunch of other things. Just
Grapes of Wrath.
Was that out here? There's a bunch of other connections like that between LA and Oklahoma. That's really interesting for me. But anyway, as far as the Outsiders, that was the thing that was like, that's weird. Yeah. But anyway, excited to take you sightseeing, take everybody and take pictures at all these spots. So that was really fun.
Yeah.
And The Outsiders is now going to be part of the movies we've watched
for this year,
and is a nominee for the Sony Awards at the end of the year.
Yeah. It'll be winning something. It'll at least be nominated for something.
This ensemble cast.
Is definitely
it's
definitely there.
Yes, that's a good one. If you don't know the Sony Awards, check out our very last episode from last year.
Yeah. Good episode.
Yeah.
So, Sallisaw, Oklahoma.
That's where
it starts out.
Yeah.
Nice. Grapes of Wrath, not.
Oh, Grapes of Wrath. Okay. Okay. All right. So The Outsiders.
Yeah, The Outsiders.
Mm-hmm. Great story. Great book. Great movie.
Thumbs up from me.
Yeah. It actually was responsible partially for inspiring Pokemon. Not really. I just had to take it back.
Yeah. All right. Well, what's next on the list?
All right. So we got like a couple of tiny things.
I was just going to keep going too. I was going to be like, you got especially the newer games. You got the Team Star.
Yeah, one of them is based off of the Swayze.
Yeah, it was the Socs and the.
Yeah, that's the entire plot.
Yeah.
Well, because one of them is based off of Bruce Lee, isn't it?
What are you talking about?
Pokemon.
Yeah. It's Hitmonlee.
Yeah.
There's also Hitmonchan.
That's funny.
Oh
my goodness.
Okay, I get it now.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah. So we got a couple stills.
Yeah.
Images.
Yeah.
Some movies. First one is the new Tron, starring our beloved Morb Man.
Neutron?
No, Jimmy Neutron. No, Tron Ares.
Yeah. Tron 3.
Starring the Morb Man himself.
Yeah.
Jared Leto.
So they released an image.
The image actually goes really hard.
You think so?
It's a good image.
Isn't it just like the red lights with him in the suit or whoever it is in the suit and he's like looking back?
Yeah.
I hope they try harder
It's
than
simple.
they do the last one. I was so excited.
We don't have Daft Punk doing the music, and that upsets me.
Do you know
that
who is?
No, I don't. I used to, but I don't remember.
Yeah, the guys that did that. What did the fox say?
Yeah.
This is the hardest I've ever made you laugh.
That's just so I don't know why that was a good.
Is it because of the delivery? Because I said it so straight.
Maybe that's what it was.
Okay.
And we've actually been referencing that song a lot recently, so I think that added to it.
People they'll be like speeding in their cars and be like, doot, doot, doot.
That would at least be entertaining for the movie.
You know what? Yeah.
So
if we make this one goofy, I'm in.
I know I'm not in for that. I have my expectations
I
are
feel
very low for this movie.
I feel about these movies similar to how I feel about the MonsterVerse movies. Ooh, black and lines look cool. Black and neon.
I'm gonna come to it like I'm gonna be like, the last one was so bad that
how bad was it?
It was so bad that I almost wanted to hate the original because of it.
Oh, yeah, but you can't do that.
No, the original is good.
Yeah,
I like the original. It's got too much nostalgia, too much it's good. Yeah. And so I'm gonna come at it with real low expectation too. Like maybe I'll watch it as soon as it comes out. I might wait and be like, ear to the ground. Does it suck?
Yeah.
Because I knew, right? Well, I know we haven't got there yet, but I was like, this Man Web movie is gonna suck.
Yeah, we all did.
Everybody's like, yeah, it sucks, right?
There's no surprise.
Yeah.
Like, at least with Morbius, is like, okay, this looks a little interesting. It doesn't look like absolute garbage when the trailers are coming out. This one did. I mean, Madam Web did immediately.
Right away. Right away.
All right, restrain ourselves.
Okay.
Back in.
Okay. Next still.
Yeah. So as of today, they announced to the still in a little other announcement, Superman has begun filming.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
And it has a new title.
That's like complete opposite of Tron. Like Tron's down here, Superman
is up here. It has a new title.
Yeah.
It is James Gunn said when he finished the first draft, he titled it Superman Legacy. And now that the final draft is in and they're started, he thinks that the proper title is Superman. Just Superman.
I'm just saying, I'm going to watch it for Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
Nathan Fillion is
That's
I'm so excited for this movie.
That's going to be a good battle because it's going to be its own. It's a reboot, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to qualify for our battles.
Oh yes.
So we're going to do Christopher Reeves versus
Henry Cavill.
Ooh, that's tough. The Christopher Reeves one's very good.
Yeah.
This would be a 3-way fight.
Yeah.
Wow,
like we did with the Batman.
Not really going to be.
You got that much confidence in the.
It can't do. Well, I guess I can do well.
Yeah. Well, I've got high expectations. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's gonna be the tough part.
Anyway, the point was that there was a still released, and it's basically the
emblem.
Crest.
Yeah. So
looks good.
I mean, I don't know.
It looks like the crest.
It's always funny to me that they make such a big deal. Like, here's the new Batman. I don't care.
Right. Yeah.
Show me the rest of it.
Let's see the cowl, man. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
His cowl looked dumb. He goes, "What was this?"
the
That's why I still haven't watched it. I don't care.
No, you should watch it.
I should.
It's my favorite Batman movie.
So the emblem is like has a little bit of ice on it.
Mm-hmm. Fortress of Solitude.
And that's it. That's all. I mean, that's all it is.
Yeah. I'm sure they have like, this is clearly inspired by
the comic.
A specific Superman era.
Yeah. I don't remember which one it is, but yeah.
Well, that's the great thing about Gunn. Like, he definitely has an era that he prefers.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that Guy Gardner is going to be like a more
main player.
Yeah, that tells you kind of what era he likes.
Isn't Mr. Terrific in this?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Terrific. Yeah. And maybe it's not Fortress of Solitude. Maybe he was just like, what a rough fight. Ice.
He's going to go freeze a lake.
I mean, we could speculate, but, all that stuff, I got to see more.
Honestly, more excited about this than
Tron?
Definitely Tron.
The next 3 phases of Marvel.
I don't know about that. But any Marvel movie coming out this year or next year.
There's Marvel movies coming out?
I know.
Do you have anything about Marvel?
I don't, actually.
Okay,
this is a Marvel, unless we're counting
I'm gonna say
Madam Web.
I'm going to say it right now, just quickly, that I don't know how reliable this is, but I saw that Marvel's going to continue with the Kang Dynasty story.
Okay, good.
And I just saw this earlier today. So, may or may not be true.
Yeah, I'd be fine with it. I mean,
I would
we already had a
recast.
stadium full of Kangs. Like, you just be a different.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the white one. Typical white bad guy.
Yeah, I mean, recast.
Yeah.
So
I would prefer that over like, we're gonna do Doctor Doom instead because people love Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
We gotta do some build up for him. Man.
Right.
We already set the groundwork for Kang. I'm fine. Let's do more Kang.
We'll see how true that is.
Yeah.
So all right, go ahead.
All right. Well, it's time.
Oh.
It's time.
Okay.
We watched Madam Web because we get to go to the theater.
I didn't.
He did not watch Madam Web.
2 of us.
Yeah. Don't go watch Madam Web.
Wait for it to stream, maybe? I don't know.
If you watch Madam Web, do it with friends.
Okay, so
Or someone you really... Not someone you love, but someone that you're fine bringing through torture with you.
the only thing I would say is that if you're going to do that, make sure there's nobody in the theater that actually is trying to watch it.
Yeah.
We don't want to be those people.
Yeah.
So,
I tried, but I just couldn't stop myself from laughing.
look, there was some parts where I laughed out loud, like, I couldn't help it either.
They're going through their tragic backstories one by one in a circle.
Uh-huh.
And it shows the Latina girl. I went over to you. I was like, I swear, if she says that hers is about deportation.
Deportation?
Deportation. I don't think it's a word.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna look it up.
And then 2 seconds later, he's like, we can't go to the police. My dad will get deported.
He already was deported.
Yes.
Spoilers are coming, by the way.
I laughed so hard. It was not even a full 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It's deportation.
Deportation, yes.
Yeah. So, before we get into the actual movie, what we want is for our comic guy, which is Mephisjoe.
And I told them this at the beginning.
Yeah.
Mind you, at this point, it has been at least 20 years since I've actively read comic books.
Right.
So I know some things, and I can speak on what I remember from back in the day.
That's all we're asking for this. So if you'll give us what you know, as much or as little, and then we'll get into the movie.
Now, here's everything I've got.
Okay.
Madam Web, blind old lady, mutant, precognitive. Every story she's in is awful.
90s Spider-Man multiverse.
So annoying. Every time she appeared in that show, I was like, oh, this girl. Like, I don't have a problem with precognition. I don't have a problem with old blind ladies. But like,
put them together. Sudden it's a problem.
It's they use her for just very specific style of storytelling. It's just not my cup of tea. Mm-hmm. And so anytime she popped up or like appeared, I was like, well, it looks like I'm not reading her.
Yeah.
I mean, and sometimes I'm just so I can know, because a lot of times between the actual events is the stuff that drives stories. But that's it. Like, she is super creepy and annoying, and I can't believe they decided to make a movie with her as a central character.
Well, good news. She's only like one of those things. So they reinvented the character, at the beginning, one might say.
All right. Well, so she was not intriguing enough in the comic books for you to even care.
Let alone
make a full-length movie.
Because like Spider-Man, A-list character, right? And you got like some B-list characters that show up pretty regularly, like
Scarlet Spider.
I would say before that second Spider-Man movie, like, and it depends on what era and who's writing, right? Like Doc Ock would bounce around from like A and B. Yeah. Then you got like your C-list characters,
the Shocker,
D-list characters. So like D-list character, like in the Spider-Man world, I'd be like Silver Sable. Do you know who Silver Sable is? Yeah. She's like this mercenary.
I know who Silver Sable is.
She's like the leader of this like mercenary. It's a family thing.
You got your boomerangs, your beetles,
and your beetles. Yeah,
and then entire superior.
And
foes.
Then below that. Right, just the fodder. Like, who can we kill off?
The Wall,
right?
Big Wheel.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they killed Madam Web not long. I don't think it was long ago, but I'm pretty sure they killed off her character. Like, she was only important because she like passed the torch to someone else, and her granddaughter was one of the Spider Girls.
Yeah,
like she never really mattered.
Mm-hmm.
Why try to make her matter now?
Okay, so. Do you want to read a synopsis of the actual movie?
So I have here the Wikipedia article for Madam Web 2024. Yeah.
Okay.
The plot. I will read it now.
Okay.
And you interject if you have anything to share with us. So, in 1973, in the jungles of Peru, a research team led by Ezekiel Sims and his pregnant partner Constance Webb discover an unidentified species of spider with rare healing properties. Ezekiel betrays the team and claims the spider for himself before leaving Constance for dead. What it doesn't mention is that he shot her. An indigenous tribe attempts to save Constance, but she dies shortly after giving birth to Cassandra. In 2003, Cassandra, going by Cassie, works as a paramedic in New York City alongside her co-workers Ben Parker and O'Neill. During a dangerous call, Cassie falls into the river and has a near-death experience. Ben revives her and she begins to experience visions. Initially, she dismisses them as deja vu, but after failing to prevent O'Neill's death, Cassie realizes that she can see into the future. Any notes?
This sounds like a bad pitch.
Yeah,
that is the movie.
Yeah. So, are you going to read any more?
We can continue for a second.
Okay. So I'll start off. Recently, Isabel Merced, who played some girl, she said,
we'll figure it out.
She said that this movie failed because of you. And you.
Oh, no.
And me.
Oh, no.
And all of you out there.
It's always a bad decision to attack the people that can make or break you.
Yeah.
Right. And the reason, or what we did, was not like female-led movies.
When are they going to stop banging this drum? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not going to work, because we love female-led movies.
Correct.
Alien has been successful since the 80s. Like, I love
that Prey movie. It just got a sequel announced.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's it called? Serenity is like one of my all-time favorite movies. Like one of my top 2 movies, and it has like the most BA character. The one that does like all the fighting is like a young teenage girl, right? Like, think about like I don't know, Fifth Element or anything that What's Her Face was in. Like, she's just kicking butt, you know.
Resident Evil and all that.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have a problem with it.
No.
You suck, and the movie you're in sucks.
Yeah. So I wouldn't go so far.
At least the other actors had the decency to be like, guys, the movie is bad. That's why it failed.
Right. Yeah.
They understood,
and there was reasons for it being bad.
Yeah.
The acting in the movie was not great.
No.
And I'm not going to hate too much on Isabel Merced. Like, she was Dora the Explorer. I was in on that movie. You know?
God, that's who she was.
Yeah, but she was good in that role, right? But that was completely different movie.
Very different. Better than this movie.
It didn't demand a whole lot. She didn't like do a whole lot, but she was good in, like, she was enjoyable. So I'm not hating so much on her. Even Dakota Johnson, I've seen her in some movies that she's been fine. Peanut Butter Falcon is a movie with Shia LaBeouf. I don't know, you know that movie? She's in that movie. She's not starring in it though, and I think that makes a difference.
Yeah.
At least in what I've seen. When I've enjoyed her more, it's in stuff where she's not starring in it.
So you don't think she can carry a?
I mean, I just haven't.
Film.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
I haven't seen 50 Shades of Grey. I'm not gonna watch that movie.
Yeah.
But supposedly she was not good in that. I don't know. This movie, she was not good in. So anyway, the movie was not good. That's why people didn't like. That's why it failed. I would say the Marvels failed at the box office, but with fans, I don't think it failed. I think there's now that it came out on streaming, I think that people like the movie.
I think that like there is a reality that there's some superhero fatigue, and it's because of Marvel. Let's be real. Like, they put out so much garbage, and it's garbage. And so, like, why go spend my money on something that I don't know that I'll enjoy? Right. That is not you can't guarantee me that's going to be enjoyable, or even good. And let's be real. Like, just from the previews, this movie looked trash.
So this is a very interesting argument. Are the Sony movies good for the superhero environment? I guess we could call it.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, like
how's that an argument?
Because the other side is, well, now this is just the low bar. If it's better than Madam Web, then it's got to be something at least.
No,
I disagree with that.
I feel like that. Yeah, I agree. I feel like the bar has to slide. Like, if Sony's coming out with it, I expect it to not be great.
Yeah.
Right. But I at least want to get my money's worth out of the experience. Right. With Marvel, I expect something better. Like, especially you watch the first phase, man. They were coming out with really solid stuff. And so, like, I don't know if it's actually Marvel or if it's Disney being like, we got to make more money. Like, at some point, like, no. Stop making so much stuff. Like, give us good stories and we'll pay to watch it. Right. And so, like, for me, the big deal is, like, why Madam Web? Like, she is, like I said, an obscure character. Like, there are so many. Ezekiel, like you mentioned Ezekiel, like, he's a more recent character. They haven't, as far as I know, he's not super fleshed out. You probably could make a great movie about him. Right?
So
we'll get to Ezekiel.
I'm also, spider totems, like, jump into all that stuff. Nobody knows about that stuff. Right. Unless you're like a diehard Spider-Man reader. Ain't nobody being like, oh yeah, spider totems. Yeah.
And the best part is the diehard Spider-Man readers hate spider totems.
Absolutely.
It's so funny.
Why is that?
It kind of contradicts a lot of the Spider-Man mythos. Right?
The whole idea that, like,
sure, because he's the only one or whatever.
Yeah, and the whole idea that it could have been anyone that got bit by the spider, and it just happened to be him, is kind of
it's a radioactive spider, not like he's a mythological like inevitability.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Okay, so what were you just saying?
I don't know.
Ezekiel. No, the making an obscure character, like, we've talked about it before, where, like, that was what Guardians was, right? Nobody knew Guardians, and there was a good movie made out of it.
There's a difference, though.
I think that there was potential in making a Madam Web movie. I
Absolutely.
think the idea of like, oh, she could see into the future,
Yeah.
and
It's a
then
unique superpower that we don't really have anything.
and they showed some of how she was using it, at the end of the movie, where she's like, oh, hold on, okay, now go, like that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So like, there's some cool stuff that you can probably do, but it just wasn't executed right. So I don't really have a problem with people trying to come up with these weird characters and then make a movie out of it. I'm fine with that. But like you said too, make it a good story.
Yeah. The problem I have is, pluck any obscure character. Like, it can be done. The difference is,
Where is my Kite Man movie?
the difference is Sony is
Doesn't,
trying to either retain rights and make money,
Mhm.
right? It's one of the things that really annoy me about like the Amazing Spider-Man movies,
Mhm.
where like every single screen, phone, laptop, everything's got the Sony brand like blasted on the front. Like, we understand Sony. Like, throw a Microsoft Surface or something in there. Like, just get over yourself, right?
So the good news about this movie is that it wasn't like that.
That's good.
It had
But, like,
Pepsi instead.
But the biggest difference is, so let's go with Guardians. Like, yeah, those characters were not as well known. They were becoming more popular because they flowed out of like the Annihilation. That was like a big cosmic event that was happening at the time. But like, the difference was the passion of the director that was making the movie. Like, he loves comic books. He is a great storyteller, and he gave us not just a good story, but like great character development, great character arcs. If you're not gonna put in the work, if it's just a cash grab, it's never gonna work.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
it's supposed to be an art.
yeah.
Yeah.
That is what hurts the most. Yeah.
Did you go like at the end of the movie? You're like, that was one of the best art form, like versions of this art form that I've seen.
I said to him, this is exactly the movie that Hollywood needs right now, because the same way we can look at like A New Hope and be like, this is how you do so many tropes correctly or so many story beats correctly. You can look at Madam Web and go, this is the exact opposite of how you should do so many tropes and story beats.
So the runtime is just under 2 hours, right? Or just over?
Yeah, just under.
So yes. Yes.
Commitment.
And how I said about Captain Marvel was an hour 45 or whatever it was. So like, that's a whole 15 minutes less. And I can get through that pretty easily. But you add those 15 minutes to an already bad movie, that drags on.
Yeah.
So
This movie drags.
When you sat down in the theater, like shackles came over your wrist.
you ain't going nowhere.
No escape.
But I got popcorn.
Yeah, and one of the few movies that I could not wait for it to be done.
Yeah. Akin to The Grinch.
This is one of those movies I feel like.
Yes.
I feel like in the middle of this movie, I'd be like, I gotta go to the restroom.
Just not come
I'm
back.
I'm just gonna go to the restroom.
Yeah.
Go like, I wonder what they're gonna.
Well, I
do
can't
this.
do that.
Sell some snacks.
I can't do that. I have to finish it,
Mm-hmm.
but I couldn't wait for it to be done. So yeah, there's that, right? Like, it went on too long. There was potential that it wasn't met. Acting was not great. Directing was not. I mean, the editing was bad. The music was bad.
The music. Okay. It's so funny to me.
All right.
The Madam Web main theme is almost
yeah.
exactly the same as the Spider-Man PS4 theme. Like, I played them side by side for him, and even he was like, yeah, these are the same. It's so funny.
If that wasn't on purpose, somebody's got to get sued.
Yeah.
Because it
fight
was
my boy John
I'm
Paisano.
sure it's all owned by Sony.
Well, I
That's
think
true.
so. I think it is.
Yeah.
Isn't the video games?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sony
PlayStation
they've got
exclusives.
the distribution rights.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it had to.
They can rip it off however they want.
Yeah. Which the music. I mean, that was fine.
Maybe they'll be like they're gonna like fill us in. So what you guys don't know is that those games, those were all actually her visions.
Yeah.
Like, those were actually her.
That's
games.
the Peter Parker that was born?
Yeah. Okay. So you want to go through?
I'll keep going through the plot. How about
Okay.
that?
All right, hit us.
So, Ezekiel, who has limited precognition power and enhanced physical abilities, collects information on 3 young women. Okay, pause. Pause. What it fails to say is that he gets those powers by letting the spider that he stole bite him,
Right.
and that he collects this information through a dream that he has every night, where he sees these 3 women kill him, which by itself Pretty cool villain motivation. I'm actually on board with that.
Yeah.
But then he reconstructs their faces from memory into a computer program.
Okay.
Then, since he knows it's in the future, has the program in 2003 rewind their faces 10 years and is now able to find them anywhere on the planet.
So, okay, this will make sense once I explain it. So he stole the technology from the government. That's why. That's why he could do that.
Aliens.
The point is,
You know what? It's all those fancy Sony computers the government has.
Yeah. Well, so the bad part about it is, well, there's a lot of bad parts about it, but what's the writing part in this? Like, this is a good example of like the writing was just like you're just explaining, because he actually says it. He's like, I stole these computers for you to do this. You know, you should be able to do this. Mm-hmm. So like,
he said,
there's so many of those.
I had the line written down at one point.
I agree.
He says like, I stole this technology for you. Use it better. That's the exact line.
Use it better.
No, so I agree. Like, it could be a great motivation, right? And so why not just go, well, when he is like, let's go with the mysticism thing, right? Like, it was like a sight or whatever. Like, as he gets nearer to them, no matter where they're in the world, he can sense them.
Yeah.
Boom, done, right?
Yeah, much easier.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how he would get close to them. They just happen to be living in New York.
No,
I suppose that could happen because that's what happened.
Maybe he just
explains why he needs the suit. He's got a stealth around, you know?
You can like give him like a dull like buzz, right? Like you can even like have it be part of the sound effect or something, and it like increases in volume. Like,
oh, it's like a hot cold.
Kind of, yeah.
That'd be a cool like variation of spider sense.
It would give you like good visuals, good audios.
I kind of want to
and not have to deal with the Sony computers.
Yeah. I kind of want to rewrite this.
And so he's got a girl in the chair that helps him.
Mm-hmm. How is he not successful then?
Well, he owns like a giant business.
Yeah.
Too.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, if he's got a girl in the chair, nobody should be able to stop him.
Oh, so you see, they go into the woods.
Oh,
well, there's no cameras in the woods.
There's no CCTV out there. Oh yeah, because this is like takes place in the past too, right?
Yeah, 2003.
2003. Yeah.
Way back.
Not a lot of trail cams out there those days.
No.
I've hacked into the trail cam system.
I'm in. All right, so he collects information on these three young women. Julia Cornwall, not Carpenter, for some reason. That's never explained.
Anya,
it
doesn't matter if you don't really know.
We're clearly trying not to like actually do it. Right?
Because then we get Maddie Franklin and Anya Corazon.
Oh my goodness.
We're just changing Julia Carpenter for some reason.
Anya Corazon.
Yeah, my bad. I can't do the accent whenever I'm not speaking it. His visions lead him to believe that they are destined to kill him. Okay, so they mentioned it. Cassie is also drawn to the same women and intervenes to stop Ezekiel from ambushing
But
them.
why is she drawn to him?
Because movie.
Yeah. She's got the...
Why don't you get all the way off my back about that?
Yeah. You got to watch the pitch meeting of Madam Web too.
Okay. I'll have to check that out.
So I don't know if it'll say this in the story, but they're all tied together because the spider that Ezekiel steals is the same spider that allows Cassie to be born. So like,
I get that.
They have the same like
power set, kind of like
it comes from the same spider.
But
species.
the other girls.
Okay, so we're not there
Unknown.
yet. Okay. Yeah, we're not there. But yeah, it comes from the same species. So I was talking with Hayden about this, and I'm trying to make it make sense.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
and when you do that,
Hayden's pretty knowledgeable. He might be able to make it work.
No, we couldn't make it work. We had to force it.
That's a bad sign.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about. When you're trying to force it to make it make sense, it doesn't make sense, right? So that's what I'm saying is like,
especially like
same spider species. That's why they're called together. That's why they have the connection.
Like my thing is realistically, if she's like, oh, like I got these powers now, must have been that spider from 20 years ago or whatever.
Oh, she doesn't know about that. We haven't gotten there yet.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and keep reading then.
Yeah. All right. So she intervenes to stop Ezekiel from ambushing them at the Grand Central Terminal. She steals a taxi and takes Julia, Anya, and Maddie out of the city to hide them in a nearby forest. Nearby forest.
Did she like have a cabin or something in mind? She was just like, there's woods.
That's exactly what it was.
Cassie returns to her apartment, not without the girls, and finds Constance's notes.
For 3 hours.
Yeah, that's true.
She's like, give me 3 hours. Just stay here in the woods. I'll be right back.
Wow. Does she actually say 3 hours?
Yeah.
She says 3 hours.
The girls object. Like, that is a ridiculously long amount of time.
She could just
maybe her powers were like, you only need 3 hours. You know?
Maybe.
They should have leaned into how dumb this is.
She didn't understand her powers yet, so you could be right.
All right. Well, she finds Constance's notes, her mother's, which reveal Ezekiel's identity and the true nature of his powers. Ignoring Cassie's instructions, the girls go to a diner where Ezekiel finds them.
So where did the notes come from?
So, well, no. We know. No, we don't know. Actually.
But overthink about it.
She was just like, guys, we got to go to the woods for 3 hours. I've got these notes.
Well, the notes were back at her apartment. That's why she had to leave for 3 hours.
But how does she have the notes?
She has the notes because...
Has she never read the notes before?
She's read the notes over and over and over. Which is why she was like, you know...
Why she need to read?
Because one of the
My mom
girls...
was crazy.
One of the girls...
crazy.
She thinks that about her mom.
Okay.
Yeah, she does think that about her mom.
I'll accept that.
But one of the girls says, that guy was like a weird spider person.
Yeah.
And then she was like, wait a minute.
He was creeping me out.
Yeah. But she goes, spider person? Wait a minute. I'll be right back. Yeah. And so she goes back and looks for the notes that say spider people or spider person. And she's like, that's right. And then she starts to make all the connections. So I don't know why she just didn't grab the note and then go back.
She makes the connections, and in doing so commits the worst crime and ignores her cat, named Cat.
I'm all right with that. I mean,
they didn't even come up with a name for it. She calls it Cat.
They put it in parentheses, like we need to change this later.
Yeah,
just never, did someone be like, hey, sweetie, like my 10-year-old daughter, like,
you want to write a movie?
Tell me those ideas that you had for that movie. Like,
yeah,
I'm just really not feeling this one.
It could have been better if that's what happened.
You know what? Let me be real. I've never written and published anything, so who am I to say? But
yeah, look, that's very true. That's very true. The only one that's written anything is you, but you haven't put it out to the world yet.
Not yet.
So
we're getting there.
Somebody might be saying this about your stuff one day. We'll see. But
why do the aliens just do this? They're so stupid.
Yeah,
yes, they are.
All right. Good.
So, ignoring Cassie's instructions, the girls go to a diner where Ezekiel finds them.
Yeah, that's safe.
Yeah. He finds them, by the way, because
that spider sense.
No, a random man in the diner.
Nothing to do with the cameras.
Nothing to do with the cameras. A random man in the diner sees these three girls and happens to be reading a Daily Bugle article about a kidnapping in New York at the same time. And he goes, I wonder if that's them. These three girls that are all alone, definitely not with a kidnapper and seem to be having fun. I'm sure they're fine. And then calls the police. Ezekiel intercepts the call and that's how we got here.
Yeah.
After briefly incapacitating Ezekiel by ramming him with a car, Cassie takes the girls back to Queens, and they take refuge in Ben's house.
I like that they were like, Ben Parker.
Yeah.
He's the character we're going to tie. The guy that we know very little about and that dies.
Yeah.
He's going to be the one that ties everything together.
Oh, you're going to love where this goes.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Cassie flies to Peru.
So listen, this is what I was trying to say earlier. Because you read your mom's thing, right? And clearly she thought she was crazy. The first thing I would do is like, well, I'm going to go to Peru and get these bugs. Like, I want spider powers. Right?
Yeah.
The thing is, she never mentions why she goes to Peru.
I just need 3 hours.
She doesn't give a time frame in her defense. She just says she's got to go. And, it's just a little plane ride and bus ride into the jungle. No
now,
problem.
has she been, at this point, has she been identified as a kidnapper?
Yes.
Like, how's she getting on a plane?
That's a good question.
Right? Wouldn't that be the first?
In 2003.
That's a very good question.
Yeah, 2003. Yeah, I think security be pretty tight.
I think she chartered her own plane because she was in a small plane.
Mm-hmm.
So, to
Peru from Queens.
Yeah.
She just called one of like the billionaires that she knows.
Yeah. From her paramedic work.
Which she loves so much.
Oh, that's a whole other thing. Yeah.
All right, so Cassie flies to Peru and tracks down the tribal chief.
You know what would have been a really great
mother.
ending, right? Like she flies back and then she like gets off the plane and like she like sees like a headline. She like goes around and grabs the 3 girls found dead in a dining room. End movie.
Roll credits. I wish. So she tracks down the tribal chief who saved her mother.
She does not track him down.
Yeah.
He pops up out of nowhere. And
Heard you were looking for some spiders?
That's pretty much what he says. Yes.
He said, I promised your mother I would be here.
Oh my goodness.
Also looking fantastic.
Yeah, in like suburban clothes.
He was like chilling at the airport. He like saw her and was like, time to make money.
Yeah, very weird.
The chief puts Cassie through a ritual that
this
separates...
movie has a lot of because story.
Yeah.
It really does.
The entire movie is just because story.
Yeah.
So the chief puts Cassie through a ritual that separates her soul from her body.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange style.
Mm-hmm.
She experiences a plane of higher consciousness where all living things are connected and where every possible future can be seen.
It's her web.
So
her web connects them all.
So this part was what sealed it for me that it is just not working. Because this was supposed to be the scene where you're like, she connects with her mom, who she doesn't know because the mom died at birth, right? So she connects with her mom, like she's able to actually talk with her mom, and they like hug it out and everything. She's like, "Oh, you do love me," and she's like, "Of course I do." That whole scene was supposed to be like the emotional climax.
It felt nothing.
Nothing.
So the emotional cornerstone of the movie landed flat.
Yeah.
100.
Flat is giving it like it like dipped almost.
Well, and here's the deal. Like, just from the clips that I've seen of Dakota Johnson acting in anything, pretty sure that's her acting style.
It could be. I haven't seen her enough, so I can't really say, but it could be.
So she learns that Constance sought the spider to save her from a fatal hereditary disease. Ben's pregnant sister-in-law, Mary, goes into... Mary goes into labor and he takes her to the hospital along with the girls. Ezekiel intercepts them again, but Cassie rescues the girls in an ambulance and distracts Ezekiel so Ben and Mary can escape.
Did he even care about Ben and Mary?
No.
That's the deal.
Dude, this is so funny because you're bringing up these questions that...
We had these in the theater.
Well, no. Yeah, not just that, but like they are literally answered. Like all the questions that you've asked so far, they will... So she goes, he's after me. He's not going to care about you. So...
Your inclusion is fan service.
Yeah, I mean, like the writers knew that there was questions, but it was just so like everything was just so obvious and told to you so obviously that.
Yeah, that's the one like major criticism I heard is that everything in this movie is delivered by like just info dumps.
Yeah.
Like it's all tell and don't show.
Yeah. The reason that cat was there was that so she can do that. So instead of talking to herself, she's talking to the cat. So, it's a little different.
Yeah. Wilson!
Yeah, like that. All right, go ahead. Keep going.
So, where was I? The group lures Ezekiel to a condemned firework factory and sets up traps to disorient him, while Cassie...
I don't even know where that is.
It's earlier in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beginning of the movie, they go to a firework factory.
This is the one like part of storytelling. They were like, you know what? Well, they did foreshadow this.
Yeah, they 3-shadowed it.
Yeah. Actually, there's a lot of it that goes back to the beginning of the movie.
Like a weird amount.
Yeah. It's too much.
Like it would be really great for me if at the beginning of the movie she's like just in the ambulance. She's like old firework factory, like Central Station, like just listing all
the plot points.
Oh yeah, so I wonder how far this is to the forest.
I bet you can make that jump into one of the scenes where when they're in the ambulance driving away and she's like, I got a plan. Like you can insert thoughts and make it be like, we're going to the firework factory.
Yeah. So the group lures him into the factory, and Cassie calls for a medical evacuation helicopter to fly to their location. Ezekiel destroys the helicopter and separates the girls, then taunts Cassie with Constance's death. Cassie uses her powers to guide the girls to safety. It doesn't say what the powers are. Her powers are astral projection, and the foreshadowing for it is a few... Like 20 minutes ago when she talked to the tribal leader, he says, oh yeah, your powers are, you can be in multiple places at once. And then 20 minutes later, she believes hard enough.
Yeah, because he delivers the line that gives her the confidence to do it.
The line, which is, I laughed so hard. When you embrace the responsibility, great power will come.
Oh. Listen, this is legit. I'm ready to just get up and leave. Listening to it.
We've got a little bit left.
Yeah, we're almost there. I feel you, man. Because this is what I was feeling in the theater.
So Cassie sets off the final trap, which fatally crushes Ezekiel, in parentheses, under a Pepsi Cola sign.
Oh man.
An ignited firework strikes Cassie in the face, blinding her.
Yeah. Now we get the classic Madam Web. Skip to next scene.
Cassie is taken to the hospital just as Mary gives birth to her son, who is unnamed in the movie. Cassie wakes up to discover that she is now blind and paraplegic due to her injuries.
But can see better than ever.
Even when they specifically ask, how's your eyesight? Yeah. As if she's suddenly not going to be blind anymore. However, her clairvoyance enables her to see fully into the future. Cassie assures the girls that she will mentor them in their future roles when the time comes.
I think that they would. I'm sorry if I was one of those. I'd be like, no, right now. Like a dude just tried to kill me.
Yeah.
Cue Spider-Man video game music.
That's exactly what happens. Yeah. That movie.
Any thoughts?
Don't watch it. I'm glad I didn't. At some point, probably like a year, maybe a year and a half from now, we'll be doing this, and I'll be like, so listen, guys. I watched that movie.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to name it, okay?
We're just going to know.
Yeah, and you guys will just be like, we're so sorry. Well, I was bored.
I can't wait for you to watch it, though, because I want to know exactly what you go through.
So it might actually end up on Disney? Morbius is on Disney?
Oh, weird.
It's so weird.
Yeah, probably because they're not making money.
What did you do? You watch Morbius?
Nope.
Okay. So I can't.
I'm not gonna watch Craven unless someone's like, "This is a phenomenal movie." Like, I feel like they're trying to do like the lackluster 6, right?
The inferior 6.
Yeah. The inferior foes of Spider-Man.
Uh-huh.
I just want a Superior Foes movie. That's all I want.
Well, that concludes Madam Web. I mean, I can go, like, we can actually do some real dumpster
We could
diving in this
keep
movie.
going is the thing.
Oh, for
We
sure.
could keep going.
There's just not enough time in the day.
But I think that was pretty good. I think you got a pretty good representation of what happened. I think you guys, if you haven't seen it, it will give you a good idea if you want.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about details.
Yeah. You know what, though? Because I heard all the bad about the movie. And that made me more excited to go watch it. Because I was like, this sounds horrible. I have to see if it's this
which
bad.
Oh, yeah. Because there's a reality. There are some movies that are so bad that they're good.
Yeah. This is that if you're with the right people, I think.
No. The movie's not that. The good time that you have with those people.
Like, you can make it a good bad movie.
Yeah.
But there are some movies that on their own, they're so bad, they're enjoyable to watch.
Right. I mean, Mortal Kombat was kind of borderline that.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, for sure. But this was bad. Like, spice meter, I can't. I'm going to give it a 1 on the spice meter.
0.
Yeah, I can't. Obviously, I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I would love to be like, you know what? Just based on the things that we read, I would also love to give it like negatives. Because I feel like, we're starting out, everybody gets started out at 50. And
there's not even any salt in this movie.
Yeah, if you're like info dumping everything and the story happens because of the story and like, I mean, just it for me, this probably go as low as you. I mean, like if we can go all the way up to a 100, yeah, then I might like. I feel like it would have to be below a 0 because 0 at least. A 0, I feel like, would be like a movie that's so bad that it's good.
I give it a 1 because I think 0 is the lowest, where it's just a bad movie. I don't have anything else to compare it to that's this bad that I can think of.
That's the thing. Yeah, this is the lowest possible.
But that's why I'm giving it a 1, just to see if there's anything else that's like, okay, that was worse than Madam Web.
I love how already in 2024 you've got Madam Web, definite 0 versus -1, which I think is like a 100.
Oof.
-1 was really good.
Really close to 100 for me if it's not 100.
And you're still looking forward to Dune, right?
You know, just a few days. Actually, by the time this is out, we should have watched it. So
okay, next episode will be a whole lot more positive.
Yeah.
We'll have,
as long as this movie's good.
Yeah. We'll have our Dune 2 review. We'll have our next.
I should probably watch the first one.
Yeah. And then we're going to battle out.
I still want to read the book.
Do we know which movie we're going to battle out?
You want to read it?
Do we have a movie we're going to battle? We're going to do your review too.
Oh,
yeah, we'll watch People's.
We do have a movie.
Okay, what movie?
In honor of our anniversary, our first episode of all time was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Our anniversary for 1 year is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but sequels. His first episode with us.
Nice.
And now, second year anniversary.
Yes.
We are going to be doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Bicentennial
animated.
TMNT
versus
2007, I think,
something like that. Yeah, versus
Mutant Mayhem. Oh, I love that.
That's going to be good. About this. I haven't seen TMNT in like maybe 10 years.
I really like that movie.
I like TMNT as well.
Actually, I did a TMNT ranking, and I believe that I ranked that movie above. I don't remember.
TMNT. The hard part is TMNT is a continuation of the live action ones, though, right?
No, it's not. I thought that too, but it's not.
So that's what I had been led to believe.
Yeah. Yeah. That's going to be a good one. So that's the next episode. We're going to battle out TMNT, Mutant Mayhem. Who are the composers again?
Danny Elfman and Henry Jackman.
And then we'll have our Dune 2 review. Oh, man.
It's going to be a good episode.
That'll be a good one. You can go back and check out our Dune 1 review in 1984. We did that.
Yeah, it
was a good one.
Long ago.
Yeah.
Pow, 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 pow.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. That concludes our episode for today.
Yeah.
Follow us on our socials. The Room Upstairs Podcast, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Comment. Let us know your thoughts on Madam Web. Let us know your favorite parts.
Yeah. Who was your favorite character?
Yeah.
Was it girl? Or was it girl?
Mine was probably cat.
Oh, yeah.
It's in the running, definitely. It wasn't CG, so that's a step from Argyle, I think.
You guys watch Argyle?
I haven't watched Argyle, but I've heard bad.
I want to go watch it.
That
looks like a fun bad movie is the thing.
Right. I think it'll be above metal by then. But anyway, you guys let us know. Yeah, just comment. Hang out with us. So, thank you. We'll see you next time.
That's fandom for you.
Oh my goodness, I keep forgetting about that.